Let's frickin' do this thing, Rick. Here we go. Hey, Bikeaholics and listeners alike. The show is still going strong because of a lot of hard work and your support, of course. Thanks to all those loyal listeners and true friends of the show that have supported us or are supporting us. For less than a coffee a month, you can help support us too and put a little fuel in the law-abiding biker gas tank to make sure this show keeps moving on down the road. So, calling all law-abiding bikers, head over to our Patreon page and take action today. You can do so at lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Oh, did I mention there's benefits too? From all your friends at lawabidingbiker.com, we appreciate each and every one of you. God bless and ride safe. That is right. Do not forget, Law Abiding Biker, we are an official Vance and Hines dealer, guys. That's right. Available right in the Law Abiding Biker store. That's right. Pipes, intakes, EFI tuners, fuel management. Don't see it? If it's not in there, guys, we are a dealer. We can get anything. Just contact us. That's right. Competitive pricing, guys. It helps support this very platform by shopping for your Vance and Hines products right in our store. Big Daddy Kane right there in the Hangouts with me. Has it ready to go. He will hook you up, and you know the face behind the order, guys. Know that. And now, straight from the Law Abiding Biker Media Studio,
out of sunny Yakima, Washington,
we bring you another episode of the
#1 listen to motorcycle podcast.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
I love this theme song.
That is right. Welcome back, all you bikeaholics out there in Google Hangouts Live watching us. We appreciate it so very much because you know this here is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%ers.
Remotely, that's right, via Google Hangouts. That's Big Daddy, guys. That's right, by listening, by being here live, watching this, you are part of what we call the biker revolution. Whether you like it or not, it is a biker revolution more than any time in motorcycle history, guys. Although we do have just one question for everybody out there. What are you waiting for? Mount up. Let us, me, Big Daddy, take you on another wild-ass ride. That is right. Welcome back, Bikeaholics. Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast and your high-tech redneck. So, all right, guys, we got an awesome episode for you. We are live. We're trying different live stuff. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/live. There is a sign up in the upper right-hand corner, an email sign up. The only emails you'll get by signing up there is when we go live. And as you know, we're testing Google Hangouts on air because it's so we could do this remotely tonight. We've been using the YouTube Live platform. It seems to all be working. We had a few hiccups getting started, but it seems like me and Rick figured some stuff out. So anyways, get signed up there because no matter what, you'll get an email the day before and the day of. When we go live, there's just a big, huge button or player where you can just push it and it will take you to wherever you need to be so that you don't have to have a headache about how this all works. We are chatting live. We got that figured out. We have a ton of viewers in the room, so we appreciate that. Big Daddy Kane right down there, buddy. How's it going, buddy?
Doing great. It's been a really busy day.
Can you hear your song?
Oh, yeah. Said a 1, 2, 3, you know I want to tickle you, baby. Yeah.
I love it, dude. Smooth operator Big Daddy is down there. So we were talking before we got started, though, freaking cold down there still, dude, like up here, just freaking nuts. You're about an hour 20 away.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. And Cindy and I were commenting, we looked at the weather deal, and it's supposed to go literally from 15 degrees today. Mm-hmm. And then within a day or two, it's going to be up to 35 to 37, all through the week up to 40. And then it drops right back down to 15 and a high of 15 and a low of 0. So it's been crazy weather year, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's been up and down, and we can't ride right now because we got snow on the roads, guys. I hope you out there listening in Florida, and I know we have Arizona and different parts of California, wherever in the world besides just the United States where you're actually have the more mild climates. That's awesome for you. And that's great. Don't rub it in too bad in the chat, okay? Because people are already rubbing it in. I see it down there. It's making me jealous. I'm tied up in the studio, but that's okay because we're getting stuff done and we were able to put this out. So we got an awesome episode for you guys. And the main topic today is going to be, some of you have seen the videos that I've come out with recently on the new Sena Freewire and our new Biker Boom IMC wired headsets. It's going to be all about that, exactly, wireless and wired headsets in relation to your Harley-Davidson and specifically in relation to the Harley Boom box. And we're going to have a lot of fun and we might get off track in between like we always do, guys. And again, we appreciate you being in the live chat. We'll try to monitor that. Big Daddy's remote, of course, and he'll try to monitor it on his end too. Do you want to talk about this video since you were involved in that, the new free video we're telling them about there, Big Daddy?
Yeah, well, the thing is that we get literally probably 20 to 40 questions a week about the Senas and headsets and stuff, because we got the Biker Boom video and then we had our biker headsets. And so this isn't just us talking about this to push out what we're selling. We're lucky that Sena partnered with us on this free giveaway. And they also directed us to a distributor that we're able to get them, and we get them pretty quickly. And then, of course, a part of that, they said, hey, you want to carry IMC headsets as well? And I said, absolutely. They're the best headset out there as far as
wired.
Very good. Yeah, wired. I mean, very good quality and stuff. So it was kind of interesting how this all evolved. For the last year, people have been getting a hold of us when we first came out with the Biker Boom headset, which was a collaboration with a guy on the East Coast that said he originally designed it, and then Harley, kind of after the patent went off of that. And there's a lot of stories behind that. We love the guy, but it was really difficult keeping up in stock. We're getting back orders, and we'll talk about that later. But so we eventually had to discontinue that, even though we sold 1,000 units with less than 2% problems with them. They were very high quality. I know some people out there maybe listening or have seen maybe had an individual deal, and we found that a lot of that had to do with people not pulling out the plug from the plug or being rather rough with them. And you got to remember, I mean, motorcycle environments are harsh to begin with, and you got to take the headsets and you got to take these things off before you get off the bike, or else you're going to be potentially causing some damage. And so when we decided to partner, we did extensive testing with this IMC, and so the wired headsets are great. And then Sena just kind of rolled in. Ryan, you got an email from Sena directly because everybody was asking us, what about Sena? I want to go wireless. And it's kind of interesting because we get a lot of people that are saying, well, what's the difference between what you're selling or what you're talking about in your video versus the Harley unit? There is no difference. The only difference is Harley put their logo on a 20S unit that you're going to pay more for than what you can get the 20S from us. And you're going to, the Freewire is the exact same thing. It just doesn't have the Harley logo on it. So we're now able to sell the exact same thing that you can get the Harley-Davidson dealership. It just doesn't have the HD name on it, but it is Sena's. And so far, Ryan, you've tested that extensively. And I just sold 6 of them in the last 2 days, and people are loving them. And then the IMC headsets, people are going crazy. And those things are awesome because they come with the heavy-duty wires, the coiled cords, and 3 different models this time. Now we've got the boom mic for 3/4 and modulars. We've got the half helmet or no helmet, and we've got a full face version, which Ryan, we had tons of people wanting us to offer a full face unit, and we didn't have the availability with the old distributor. Now we have all 3. So this is very exciting, and that video is really kick-ass video. I got to give you props because you did that by yourself, because I was busy working graveyards, and you got that done, and you got that out fast, and Sena loves it. I know they may be listening, or they will be listening, but they told you they loved it, and so it's very exciting.
Yeah, roger that, man. Good intro to what we're talking about, and I will talk about those videos a little bit. Why don't you, real quick, before we get in deeper on that, Rick, do you have the show notes in front of you, the new free
absolutely
video? Why don't you mention that real quick? That was a good start, and then we'll spawn off that. But this is just a new free video. Go ahead.
You want to talk about the patrons first, or
let's talk about that first?
Okay. Well, the new free video is really cool. That we have here on the show notes, talking about the install the Kuryakin LED saddlebag support inserts on a Harley Touring 14 to 16. Very cool new video out for that. Check it out. It's at www.lawabidingbiker.com/Kuryakin inserts. That's the newest video that we just put out. And so we want to make sure you guys are aware of it.
Yep. We're always putting out new free videos, and it basically is those inserts in between your, basically on a touring guy's street glide and all that. Ultras, you have the long oval cutouts and in between your saddlebags and the fender. And there's a nice insert there. Well, Kuryakin makes these LED saddlebag support insert lights. And actually we did it on Rick's bike back when he had his Ultra touring because he wanted some extra lights down there, especially when your trunk was off, right? Because when you pulled the trunk, you lost some lights. Isn't that what we were doing that for, Rick?
Yeah, we did that because I didn't like the Harley setup.
Right.
The kit that we actually videotaped, the original kit for the quick detach kit for Ultras, came with some really big LED lights that connected to the back of the saddlebags.
Oh, and yeah, that's right. They stuck on with sticky tape, right?
Yeah, and they were big and very well seen, and so a lot of people will like those. But we worked with Kuryakin at the time. We had we still do have that contact with Kuryakin, and so we were able to put that out and give that, let them see that, to kind of see some of the stuff that we're doing, because we believed in the product, and it was pretty cool. Nice little LED insert, looked great.
Yeah, they worked out well, and that video is completely free to you guys. And with that said, why don't we? Because I know we have patrons right there in the live chat, because we are live. Of course, this will come out later in regular podcast format like all our stuff. But this episode is made possible to you guys by the following patrons. You want to thank them, Rick?
Yeah, Eric Showers of Rock Hill, South Carolina. We have William Barsh and William Samuels of Sorrento, Louisiana. Thank you very much, new patrons. And obviously you guys listening understand you may have signed up recently, but we try to save stuff for the next show and stuff like that. So don't feel as though we forgot about you. You'll be up on the next episode if you signed up in the last week or two.
That's right. Awesome. Eric Showers, William Barch, and William Samuel. Thank you for taking action. lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. That's right. You can sign up and pledge a certain amount per piece of content. No risk to you, because you can set a monthly cap on that and stay within your family budget. It helps put a little fuel in the law-abiding biker gas tank so we can keep this whole thing going on down the road, and it gives us a structure on what we can provide for all you bikeaholics out there. And so those guys we wanted to thank that made this particular show possible. You got the new free video. Listen to this real quick. We'll do a voicemail, and then we'll dive in really deep into our main topic that we already gave a little teaser on. Let me pull this thing up here, buddy. Do I have it? Oh, right there. All right, here we go.
Yeah, this is Paul Quatali calling back, and I had called in.
Didn't mean to do that. We're live.
The DIN connector, which one dealer told me I needed to flash the system to get the headset to work, and then Harley-Davidson told me the same thing, but then I went to a different dealership, and they came right out with a headset and plugged it in, and it worked without doing any of that stuff. So Harley-Davidson and some dealerships do not know how to operate the system. You guys know more than they do, except for this one exception. Did know. Brought his headset right out, plugged it right into my DIN connector, and it worked. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. And thanks for all your help. Thanks. Bye.
All right. So were you able to hear that whole voicemail there, Rick?
Yeah. He's one of our patrons, and he's emailed me several times with questions about different. Oh, you're wearing it. It's about time, sucker. He is truly the high-tech redneck, people. If you see those PBR wristbands, I got those for him, and I told him, are you ever going to wear these?
I got the PBR sweat wristbands on just for the live show tonight. So there you go. Thank you, Big Daddy. So yeah, he was talking about old Paul Cataldi. He's saying that typical what we get, huh, Rick, that we know more than the dealerships. That's not putting dealerships down. It's just we've said, and even dealerships get a hold of me, and they email me all the time, guys, and they tell me, I work at a dealership. Thank you for all you do. We look to you to educate us, because we got these. One guy emailed me recently. He's like, dude, I'll straight up, I work for a dealership, and we got the new Sena Freewires coming in, and I don't know, do they work? Do they not work? And him and a bunch of other guys spurred me to do the new videos. And so we're not putting dealerships down. It's just the mothership didn't train those guys. And as you guys can see, there's not a lot of guys putting content out on this stuff. And so that's what we're here for. And so that's basically what he's saying is his dealership, he had to come to us to learn the truth, because his dealership, God bless him, just had they thought they knew, but they didn't really know, because they just aren't testing that stuff like they should. So thanks for the voicemail. Paul, lawabidingbiker.com/voicemail, left that right on his computer using his built-in microphone. So, Rick, what we're talking about in the audience is we used to have the Biker Boom, and Rick mentioned it, the Biker Boom headset. The distributor of those couldn't meet our demands. I don't think he had ever understood how many of those we would sell, and they just couldn't keep up. We didn't want customers to be back ordered, and we were trying to order a ton, just couldn't do it. So we cut ties with them. Well, luckily, we call it now the new Biker Boom. I put the link to that right to our store in the show notes. They are available in our store. They are actually, before we talk about them a little bit, they are the absolute number one recommended wired headset at a fraction of the price of much cheaper than the Harley headset. We think it works as good, if not better, than that. They've got a lifetime warranty on them through the manufacturer, IMC. We're really happy about that. They're a great company. They've been great to work with. We really could stamp our approval on that particular wired headset. Gives you full functionality of the Boom Box system, which means that, yes, with that wired Biker Boom IMC headset that we have in our store now, we're moving them like crazy, like Rick said. You plug into your 7-pin DIN comms port, and simply you have the ability to give voice commands to the built-in boombox navigation, or the gal, I'll call her Siri, similar to Siri. I don't know what that bitch's name is. Do you, Rick? Nobody's ever named her.
No, I'm just going to call her Victoria.
Victoria.
I wish she had like a British accent. It would be better.
It would. I totally agree, dude. Whoever that bitch is in the boombox system, you can tell her what to do and take me to this address. There are specific voice commands. Anyways, with a wired, you can do that. You can also use the intercom built-in system with your passenger. They need a headset and plug into the 7-pin. And then you can use the CB, and your passenger can hear everything you're hearing, and you can hear the music coming out of the boombox, tune to the next station, play the next song. If your phone is synced with your boombox like we all do, you have that full functionality on that headset. It's very high quality. That's why we trust it, and they can meet our demands because we're ordering them from that distributor like crazy, and we are moving them. Again, I put the link in the chat if you guys want to see what we're talking about this segment. Let me actually make sure. I put it in there so that they can go directly to it. It is available in our store. Now, Rick, do you want to talk about why don't you break down the 3 different headsets that we have wired? We're just talking about wire. We'll get to the Freewire and Sena in a minute. I want to keep this in check and how we're presenting this information so it makes sense. So just a wired headset. Quickly, if you don't have a 7-pin DIN on your motorcycle, your Harley Street Glide or your Road Glide. Of course, the Ultras come out of the factory with those. If you don't have that, don't worry, because I have a free video for you guys. I will put it in the show notes along with everything we talk about today. lawabidingbiker.com/ and whatever episode number this is will get you directly to the show notes. Any videos I talk about will be in those show notes. This is going to be a really information-packed episode, and there's going to be a lot in the show notes, so visit those. But the 7-pin DIN, that video, we have it available. It will show you very easily how to install. That video is off the charts on YouTube hits and the amount of positive feedback. And you could put a 7-pin, it's an aftermarket kit you buy. I have links to the exact kit you'll need, and then you can order that, and then my video will absolutely, anybody can install this thing after you watch my video. So with that said, Rick, why don't you pick it up and talk about the 3 different models of Biker Boom IMC wired headsets that we have in the store and what works with what. And if you're listening live, just or if you're not, if you're listening on podcast, you can always go to our store and just, there's a tab up top, it says headsets, drop down Biker Boom IMC, and you can see exactly what we're talking about. Take it, Rick.
All right. First of all, not to go on a tangent here because this is going to be really short, but understand, guys, when we say that we're answering questions that the dealer, we shouldn't say all dealers. Remember, these guys are, what they're familiar or what they've done work on before is what they know. So when we say, hey, you don't need to download or do a download for the 7-pin, it's because we've installed several of them and we didn't have to do that. So sometimes we get the questions, well, how does the dealer not know this? Well, I can tell you, I went to have a stereo installed on my Ultra Limited, and they didn't know about the download needed to convert it from the stage 1 to the stage 2. When Lurch had his stage 2 installed, they originally tried to install the wrong download. Remember, Ryan?
Right.
And it wasn't working right.
Yes.
And I told them, no, you need to install this specific one. If you install it for the Ultra, it's going to screw up his system because he only has the 2-speaker system. So understand, we're not making fun. We're not saying that. There are some places, some dealerships install a shitload of these and they know exactly what they're doing. But when we say we installed this, we didn't have to do that. Understand that's from our experience because we've actually installed and tested it. So we're not trying to put ourselves above. I know that may sound contradictory to, we want you obviously to buy the stuff from us and we want you to buy the videos or watch the free 7-pin video. But we're actually putting the stuff in and we're giving you our life experience. So I just want to clarify that real quick. So when we talk about these 7-pins and as we start to go with the 3 headsets, understand that 7-pin right now for 14 to 17 models, unless you have an Ultra, is for rider only. Because I get that question almost daily in the email where people will say, well, where's the one for the passenger? Because I want to install one for the passenger. Right now, you can't. You can only buy one for the rider. If you want to have communications from the rider to the passenger, you cannot do it at this time via a wired headset. The rider can use the wired headset and use all the full functions other than intercom and CB because it's not installed in that. But if you really want to have intercommunication with your passenger,
intercourse or intercommunication?
Intercommunication or communication. You'll have to go with the wireless Sena setup, and we'll talk about that later. So very quick, the 3 headsets that we're offering, they're made by IMC, which is one of the major manufacturers in the world today. They are made in Korea, and they have been around for years and years. They've been making these headsets clear back before they had the Biker Boom. These headsets work with all the new Biker Boom setups. The one thing I liked about them is they are heavy duty, but obviously, as I said before, when you're getting off the bike, you need to take your headset off, or take your helmet off before you dismount the bike, because every time you get off that bike and you're pulling, you take a chance that you could damage either the 7-pin on the bike or the plug. So that's very important that you do that. And then the second thing is that you treat it like a fine electronic. These things, doesn't matter how great condition they are, you guys all know that there is a lot of wear and tear riding a motorcycle at 70, 80 miles per hour. And so treat them like a good. So when you're getting off the bike, unplug them using the actual unplug and then, of course, taking them off before you dismount. But the 3 units that we're selling, the first is our most popular, and that's the helmetless or the half helmet set. So far in the testing and hearing from people who have had them, they work great, even if you're running a street glide or a road glide that has a small windshield. But again, understand, when you have wind rushing past your ears, even with the headset on, these are not noise canceling. So one of the complaints that we typically, not on these units, but on the old units or even the Harley units, they'll say, well, I could barely hear it. I had to turn it all the way up to hear it. And I'll say, well, are you running a short shield? And they'll be like, yeah, I'm running a short shield. I'm running the stock Street Glide shield. Well, think about it. If you're doing 70 miles per hour and you got 70 miles per hour wind going past your head, they work great and they fit tight and they do help. But understand, you're going to have that natural wind noise coming through that will reduce. And that's why I'm noticing a lot of people are starting to go to these 3/4 helmets or these modular helmets that help not only block out the wind, but now we've got headsets for those too. So we have the half helmet that will work. I've tested it at over 70 miles per hour. I could hear my radio just fine, but I can tell you I had to turn it up the faster that I went, even with the programming through the boombox that you could, where it automatically raises the volume for you. It's just the nature of the beast. You got a lot of wind coming. In a hurricane, you're not going to hear everything the same as you would everything else. The 3/4 set is really cool because it offers a boom mic that attaches to the outside, or you can reverse it and do the inside. The thing that's cool about that is the boom mic. It's a stiff mic, Ryan, not stiff.
Okay,
what you're thinking of.
You are broken. Sorry, go ahead.
Stiff mic, not stiff. What you're thinking.
All right.
And it's really cool, and you can adjust it. And so it's been very popular for like the 3/4 and open faces and the modulars. And then we offer a full face version that uses a soft microphone. That's actually what I use on I have a Schuberth C3 or C2 helmet that's a full face. And I use the soft microphone coming out of the Sena area. And it's really nice because it is a soft wire. It tucks in really nice and you can maneuver it where you want inside the helmet. So all three versions, and believe it or not, they're all the same price. IMC restricts our pricing to their price. If we sell less than what they sell for, they'll pull our licensing. So
it's called MAP, right?
Yeah,
MAP pricing. Yeah,
I would sell them for $10 cheaper if I could, but I can't. So it's $85, but still compared to a half helmet set from Harley-Davidson, which is over $120
for the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I would say as good, if not better quality. I've had both, and I like this. I think this is a little bit more comfortable. It's not so tight on your ears, and that if you read the comments and blogs and stuff on that, on the HD one, the complaints is that they fit really tight for guys with bigger heads. And then, of course, the other thing is that you're getting them for a cheaper price. And then the full face Harley unit for full face helmets is like almost $200, and you can get ours for $85. And believe it or not, our number one seller right now is the 3/4 one. I've got more coming in on Tuesday,
which is with the boom mic, the stiffer boom mic, so you can adjust it, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah, that has been the most popular and then the half and then the full, but it's amazing. It gives you three separate options. And I got one guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he ordered 2 of the 3/4 and 2 of the half helmet. And at that price, I'm finding these guys are finding, wow, they can run both the half helmet for them and their passenger, and they can do the other one. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, good. So really, yeah, I'm looking at our store right now. The difference is really between, of course, the no helmet or half helmet one. If you want that, it has the plastic band that goes behind the ears. It's got a boom mic stiff where you can adjust it. The other two versions, really to sum it up, they're the exact same thing. Just one has a soft mic that you basically, just a little round circular microphone that you can pretty much stick or Velcro anywhere inside your helmet where your voice can be heard. And the other one, the more 3/4, again, it could be used with full face too, is just a stick. So the one has a soft mic where you just have that, and the other one has a boom mic, kind of an adjustable mic on a stick, so to speak. Really, that's the only difference between those two versions, right?
Yeah. The really is no different. The speakers mount in the same way. And what I'm finding is some people have emailed me and said, well, I'm new to this and I haven't used the voice recognition before or used the Siri connectivity and stuff before. So they're buying the wired one first to try out before they buy the Sena.
Right.
For people who have used the headsets before, like if you buy an Ultra, you get a headset with the bike, and they've tested those. They kind of know what they're doing. We've had a bunch of people email me about saying, hey, I did this, I bought the 7-pin. Little side note, for the 7-pin, we give you the free video on how to install it, but you have to buy that from Harley-Davidson. We still get questions like, hey, I don't see the 7-pin hardware. I don't know what else to call it, but the kit, I don't see that in your store. Yeah, unfortunately, we cannot sell those because we're not a retailer for Harley-Davidson. So you have to get those from the dealer, but don't pay them $200 to $300 to install it. Watch our free video and Ryan walks you through that. But the cool thing is that once you have that 7-pin installed, and like I said, on 14 to 17 street glides and road glides, you can only do the rider. But with the Ultras, or the things with the 2 COM ports, one for the passenger in the trunk and one in the front, people are saying, hey, I'm going to buy this and see if I like using this voice recognition and this hearing my GPS instruction and hearing my music. And if I really like it, I'm going to come back and buy the Sena. It gives them a way to try it first before they commit. Because, I mean, the Sena products, even though we have it at the same price as the major box stores, online box stores, and again, we're limited to what we can sell it for because of map pricing through Sena, but you'll see that we're selling it less than the retail price, but we're selling it as low as we can, guys. But even at that, it's an investment. It's $249 for the Freewire, which I think you'll find is cheaper than our, the same as the
competitors,
big box stores,
right?
But cheaper. No, it's the same as like the big box stores.
Oh, right.
But it's cheaper than the Harley-Davidson version because it doesn't have HD screen printed on it.
Right.
As far as I'm aware of. I mean, but the other cool thing is that it gives you a chance to try out your system first before you commit. Because, I mean, the Freewire is $249 and the 2S is $215. And I just had a guy from Australia. He ordered 2 10Ss, 2 Freewires, and 2 headsets. And he says, I'm ordering everything that I want right now because sometimes I don't want to deal with the Bluetooth. If I'm just riding around town, I'll just use the wired headset. But when I go on long distance travel, I want to use the Bluetooth. And it's kind of cool to hear people thinking that process out and giving them those options now that we didn't have a year ago.
Right. Good call. And good information, Rick. Thanks for looking at them here on the store for tying that up. And that's where they are, guys. And again, it'll be in the show notes, but anytime you can head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and you can see all that stuff. This distributor is able to keep up with our demands. We're a top seller of these things. Don't worry. One thing I'll mention real quick, just for the listening audience, the live audience, if you get a 7-pin or any headset, we'll talk here in a moment. We're going to transition into wireless, into Freewire and the Sena headsets. But if you're just going wired and you don't want to spend all the money and you don't care about that wire hooked up, don't forget, no matter what you do, when you plug into that 7-pin, you have to go immediately into your boombox settings. And it's very simple. We have videos on our YouTube channel. They're free. Just go search that. And also they're listed with some of the products in the store. I need to get on that, Rick. I need to put some videos with these now that we revive some of those videos and embed them so that people know how to use these. We give a tutorial on that, but you just get in your settings and you need to take it off in your speaker headset settings. You need to take it off speaker and move it all to headset or it's not going to work. And then you need to activate the intercom. There's just a few settings in there. You can't just plug in. The boombox won't recognize it, is what I'm saying, automatically. You need to get in the settings real quick and tell it that you're ready to use a headset. Now, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, that was the number one when we first came out with the Biker Boom headsets, which, like I said, we sold almost 1,000 of them and only had 25 returns. And out of those 25, 15 of them worked just fine. And when I researched it and I talked to them further, they said I plugged it in, it didn't work. I'm like, did you go into your settings? And they're like, huh? And that's the thing you got to understand. And your Harley manual will walk you through that. But we do have the video. It is embedded on the IMCs. You have to change it from speakers to headset. And on the Ultras, you even have to do a little bit more. Not only do you have to do that, but for the passenger, you have to actually turn on the passenger's ability to control the functions. And you have to turn on the CB and you have to turn on the intercom. And then if you're going to use the intercom with the automatic, because these headsets will work just like the competitors, to where when the Vox settings, you have to adjust your Vox settings, because I had people saying, well, my wife can hear me, but I can't hear her. And then you'd work through them with several emails and you'd find out, well, she's not talking the same. Because when you set up the Vox settings, if you set it up to your voice, and those Vox, what it does is control when it comes on, how sensitive it is. And so you have to literally test it to where, because you don't want it going off every time you cough, but you want the Vox to activate when you want to talk. And a lot of times I tell people you need to talk tentatively. And I always say use some kind of break, just like you would on the old non-digital radios, where sometimes you got to click it or you got to wake it up and then you talk. So there's not as much of a cutoff. But with the Ultras, you just make sure you do that extra step. You have to actually go into the Vox and set it. And Harley will tell you in their deal, that's all by trial. We can't give you a magic number. If you're a rather boisterous voice, your Vox settings might be a little bit lower. If you're softer spoken, they may be need to be a little bit higher. With the street glides and stuff, with the 7-pin, you don't have to worry about the intercom or CB. It's just straight hit the voice recognition button and talk. But you do need to talk with some authority, I guess. You do. You can't whisper, especially if you're wearing the half helmet and you have a short windshield. Even though those have wind canceling on the back side to help eliminate that, you got to be able to talk into it. And the biggest thing also I saw was, I would tell them, it's just like a pilot or a singer. They have the mics, or right now how I have it, you have to have the mic right up to your mouth.
Foam should be tested touching your mouth, basically.
Yeah. And those were some of the things that we learned. And with the old headset, and like I said, when you have less than 2%, and then out of that, a lot of them still worked, and it was just a matter of setup issues. But with the IMCs, I love this product. The mic is sturdy. It works really well with the wind resistance. But just understand, if you're going to wear that half helmet and stuff like that, don't be afraid that you're going to have to turn it up. And because every once in a while on the old headsets, I get an email and say, why do I have to have the volume so much higher on my headset than I did listening to the speakers? Well, think about it. Even though you got a headset on it, these aren't noise canceling where they're blocking. You're still going to have a little bit of rush of the wind and that wind noise, just like you would in a helmet. But I've been pretty impressed with them.
Yeah, and likewise. And I will be doing a video coming up on the Biker Boom, the new Biker Boom IMC headsets. We just haven't got around to that, so we revived a lot of our old videos from the Biker Boom because they're very similar in their operation. I think the IMCs are again, we're able to get those from our distributor per our demand. So I've been very impressed with them, and they do have a lifetime warranty. And so if anything ever happens to it, we don't replace it, but you go directly through IMC. Is that correct, Rick? And they can, if it were, but we haven't had any of that at all, returns or any problems whatsoever. But if there are sometimes bad things in every product, and if you did, you could go straight through IMC, right?
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why we jumped on board when Sena asked us to go through this distributor, and I took these headsets on because not only do I love the product and the sturdiness of the product, but again, like with anything, you got to treat it like a expensive electronic piece, because you can't be, if you get off the bike and you don't take it off, you're always taking a chance of ripping that cord out.
It's going to happen though, right?
Pin.
I've been plugged into bikes before. It's going to happen, but that's your responsibility.
We can't control that. And that was one of the main things. People were coming back to me and saying, the handle at the 7-pin was breaking, and so you need to replace this. I'd be like, you've had this for 5 months and it just doesn't break out of nowhere. Did you pull it? Well, I pulled it by the cord. Well, yeah, you pull it by the cord over and over, what's going to happen? The wires are going to pull out of the 7-pin docket. And so we really want to tell our people now, we're not trying to chase you off thinking that this isn't high quality and sturdy. It is. It's very sturdy, but even Harley will tell you, you think they're going to take a return if you turn around and you pull out the wires? They're right. Like, no.
And they'll do the same thing.
Return on this. So we want people to be satisfied. We want this product to last years. So you got to treat it with some care. And that's not us trying to tell you it's not sturdy. It is. Wait till you guys buy this and see this cord. This cord looks like a big old CB, those big coiled cords that were on the CB or on our police mics. Mm-hmm. That's how big they are. They are very high quality, very sturdy. And
that's what's nice about the stretchy coiled cord is we know that you're eventually going to get off your bike with it. It's going to happen. You're going to forget that you're wired. I've done it both on police bikes and, of course, here. You're going to forget you're wired. And that's what's nice about that stretchy cord is it takes away that immediate yank. You're probably going to feel the tug a little bit before it yanks it out of your 7 pins and does the damage. So that's a nice added feature to these. Don't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the one we had before, it had some stuff that this doesn't. I mean, it had the inline control volume within the cord, but it had a set cord. This has your traditional stretchy one. So I'm very excited about it. And I'm telling you, you guys will not be disappointed. I mean, IMC is a high quality, and we're getting them from a major, well-known distributor, Benchmark Distributing. And so they're able to work with us. In fact, we've sold out. We almost sold out of that initial order, and they're shipped. We still have some. And they're 2 days shipping me more products, and they're going to keep in stock so that we always have 2 days. So even if you order it and it may instead of shipping out in 1 day, it may take me 2 to 3 days, guys, but understand we'll get it out to you quick. So just be patient with that. If we do have a situation where we're running a little low on inventory, you'll never know it, but it may just take us an extra day or two to ship. And our store is very clear that we ask for up to 48 hours. 2 business days in order to ship. And most of our customers here on the chat that have bought stuff from us, you'll be like, holy smokes, I ordered this and I had it, I had an email like an hour or 8 hours later saying it was being shipped. I'm pretty quick about that. But as sales increase on this, we have a good stock, but don't worry. These guys can get these to me. They're going to keep them in stock. And we no more that like before where we had to wait like a week or two for this distributor to get us the stuff, and then we were on back order. These things, they say they're going to keep them up. So order away, and if there's any big delay, I'll let you guys know.
That's why we have Big Daddy Kane, guys, running the Law Abiding Biker store, because he makes it happen for you guys. He is awesome on customer service and that face behind Law Abiding Biker Media physical products. Okay, Will Walker asked in the live chat, did you say you can't get the passenger 7-pin port hookup for the Road Glide? And I already answered him, but I'll answer it for the audience. No, there is no aftermarket. Harley doesn't make an add-on 7-pin kit as of today, and they haven't for a passenger. So you have to have a bike like an Ultra Classic
or a 13 and older. Remember, they
or
do
13.
make a
they do
kit for 13 and older. So
good call. They do make a passenger kit for 13 and older. And yeah, good call, Rick. But for 13 and on 14 and on, there is no passenger kit yet. I think they'll make it eventually, but it's been 3 years and they haven't done it. So if you're with a Road Glide or Street Glide, you can only put that rider 7-pin kit. So good question right there in the chat. Very active. Oh yeah, Will Walker asked, where do you get the phone charging cords with the coiled section you see on your videos? The phone charging cords? Oh yeah, I just have honestly, I just went to, you can get them all over Amazon. You can get a coiled lightning charger, Amazon. You can go to AT&T if your phone's an AT&T, Verizon, Best Buy sells them. They just plug into your cigarette lighter. They're lightning, and you can charge your phone with that. I think that's Will's question as far as that. At any rate, no matter what, I'll tell you what, whether you're using one of these wired headsets, and we're going to roll into Sena and the Freewire, you're going to need your phone mounted, and you want the best motorcycle cell phone mount available to mankind, guys. That's right. It is the Biker Gripper, of course, the sexiest, sleekest, strongest cell phone and GPS motorcycle mount on the market. That's right. Use it to mount your cell phone, your GPS devices, radar detectors, EFI tuners, toll transponders, so much more, guys. Tried and tested right here by the Law Abiding Biker crew. We believed in it so much, guys. We stamped our very own logo on it, guys. That's right. Available exclusively in the Law Abiding Biker store, lawabidingbiker.com/store. Big Daddy Kane ready down there. He has them on his shelf, ready to ship to you direct. Lickety split, no time at all. That's how we roll.
Yeah, and let's talk real quick, because people ask questions all the time about the different things we sell. The Biker Grippers, we offer two models, and then there's subsets of that. One is the universal that mounts to the handlebar, So that will fit 7/8 up to 1 1/4 inch, and they come in black and chrome. And then we have the control mount that basically is just what you guys think. It's basically mounts to either the left or right side of where your controls are. You take those 2 bolts out and you do that. And those come in black or chrome. The universal, we offer 4 versions. We offer the straight black one, which is our cheapest one for $69.95. And that is the original. That's what put us on the map. That unit, the adjustability is based on the swivel within the biker gripper head to the 17 millimeter ball mount. We sell that in black and chrome. And then now we have a new universal mount system that has a pivoting shaft. I said shaft.
Oh, sorry. Dude, I'm totally in chat, but I did hear shaft. You could have been talking about like shafts and I wouldn't even known, dude.
Yeah. The pivoting shaft is new. We've only had it for about 3 months, I think, and it's taken off. It costs a little bit more. It's about $5 more than the regular universal mount. Trust me, guys, I would sell it for the same price if I could, but I can't. They cost me $5 more, so I don't mark them up any more than that. I sell them exactly for what the extra that I pay for them. That adds a pivoting mount. The shaft comes up, and then it has a pivoting mount, so it gives you more flexibility. So we do offer the 4 different ones there. They are different priced. Every once in a while I get the email saying, well, how come it says it's $69.95, but when I add the chrome pivoting shaft one, it now says it's $89.95? Because you changed the product. The store, the way it does is it shows the lowest price, but when you go into the product and you click on it, it's very clear on what the price is.
Right. And if you pick chrome, it costs more.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And so we do offer those 4 for the universals. Ryan, why don't you talk real quick? Because people ask this email all the time and it's a little bit off, but it does kind of fit in with the Sena and the headset and stuff, because you're mounting your phone so you can listen to the music, either Bluetooth or if you're connected into the USB port within the glove box or whatever Harley jukebox that Harley calls it. Talk real quick about when you find that, because we get this question all the time, when do you find the universal works best versus the control mount?
Okay. So quickly on the biker grippers, guys, and we have videos on this. They're embedded on that product, but I know some people don't watch them sometimes because they order the wrong one. But essentially, if you're going to use the universal, which is the round circle that goes around the bars, it just clamps around the bars, and we have the different sizes. He already explained that. If you got a stock Street Glide, you're probably going to want to go with the pivot mount universal. The reason is if you just get the regular universal and it's straight, you're not going to get enough flexibility to view it. It won't rotate enough. But if you get the pivot head universal mount that goes around the bars, then it swings twice. So you swing it once at the elbow and then you swing the head again, and you'll be able to get the flexibility you want. Or with the stock Street Glides handlebars or the Road Glide, you might just go with the control, because then you don't have to worry about that. You have plenty of flexibility, and you can put it right side up or upside down, depending on how you want to view that. Once you get outside of stock bars, then you can pretty much, the sky's the limit on what you want to do. But those bars have a very little room on them. So if you have a stock Street Glide or Road Glide, I would highly suggest the control mount or the pivot universal to get that extra adjustment that you're going to need to see, to get your phone in a position that you can see it well. Did that answer? Was that what you're looking for?
Yeah. Because I mean, you're the expert on those biker grippers. You've been working with them now for 3 years. Before that, you even had them. You had one even before that, before we stamped our own name on it. Mm-hmm. And I get that question all the time, because they'll buy the regular universal because it's $69.95, and they'll be like, well, I'm putting them on my stock bars, and there's just not enough. We're not trying to chase you away from it, guys, but I use just the regular one. Believe it or not, I don't even use a pivot mount, but I have 14-inch ape hangers on Chola.
You have the bar room.
Perfect.
Yeah, because
I have the bar room, so I can adjust it up. It works perfect.
Yep. Good call, man. Good call. Let's roll right in, because we're going and we got lots of stuff. I put somebody said shaft, ! Flash dance biker. We got some mad stuff going on. Let's see. Just turned in. Let me see here. Hang on a sec, buddy. Just turned in, and what the hell are those things on your wrist? Funny shit. Okay. Sorry, guys. Somehow I have my settings set so it got blocked. I think it's because he said shit. I don't know. Those are the settings for the regular YouTube channel, not chat. So apologize. I think but that's funny. Those are those things on my wrist. Big Daddy got me. Those are straight Pabst Blue Ribbon sweatbands, all American sweatbands, guys. Big Daddy got those for me. And no, we're not sponsored, although we think we should be by Pabst
PBR,
Blue Ribbon.
Hit us up, PBR. We're
PBR.
big fans.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll carry PBR in the Law Abiding Biker store is what we'll do, man. We'll have Big Daddy will be shipping PBR before you know it. Illegal. He'll be shipping it across the border, get arrested or something, dude.
I don't think legally we can do that, but we can definitely support one of our favorite beers.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. I'm looking at this blocked comment. You guys might not be able to see it. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Moderators, approved users. Somehow he's been... Oh, it is because on the regular YouTube videos I have... Anyways, long story. I have settings. So, sorry if you swear, it follows my regular YouTube stuff and it blocks it because we get tons of comments a day and we auto block some things, some language. So sorry about that. Anyways, some cool stuff going on. Oh yeah, here he says cool. All right, that's why it got blocked, brother. Sorry about that. The Canadian dollar and shipping is killing us up here. That's what John Patton says. Rick,
that's why you got to get people. John, we love you. I saw his comment earlier about the Indian Chieftain box. We haven't had a chance to test that yet, John. We're looking forward to it. Indian John doesn't have the new radio system. He has the old one. But John, just so you know, I made a comment earlier, and if it has the dongle, just like the Victory, it doesn't have the 7-pin connection, but you can actually connect from your Sena directly to the radio. And trust me, I love it when people comment and say, well, why can't Harley get their stuff together like the Indians? Because they allow direct pairing. The Indian is not allowing direct pairing. Now, if somebody proves me wrong, that's great. But I can tell you on my Victory Magnum and my other buddy's Indian, there is a dongle on the back of the radio, basically just like what the Freewire is for the Harley-Davidson.
Yep.
That allows that. A lot of people think that the Indian and Victories are allowing direct pairing just like you would have in your car or something like that. It's not. If you look at Victory, they actually, for their models, like the regular cross countries and stuff like that, they don't come with that ability to connect Bluetooth-wise. You can buy the Bluetooth connectivity setup, and it's like $400 or $500.
It's a workaround, just like the boombox.
Yeah, it is what it is. Now, the new Indian system, I can't guarantee you that. So,
right.
If somebody knows better than that, TC says direct pairing on the Indian. On the new system, that may be, but I know that on the previous Indian system and the Victory, there is a workaround for that, and it works great. My Magnum, it works fantastic. I'm able to Bluetooth my Sena 20S directly to the system, and I can listen to my music and everything. So, good.
Yeah, TC's in here. He just said, check your facts. Yeah, that's why we said we don't know on the new Indian. So we appreciate that. So he says that it does. 2017 TC says that it does. So that's good. Good to know. When we haven't done anything with the new Indian boombox, we don't have access to one. So if I ever
he might have missed that part.
Yeah, I think he did. I think it was delayed.
That.
Yeah. I think they get a delayed thing. So yeah, no big deal. Cool. We appreciate the input. So that's good. You got a user out there that says there is direct pairing. TC says that with the new 2017 Indian system. So cool. I do want to get my hands on one just to test a lot more than that, but I haven't had a chance to do that. On that note, real quick, Honda Goldwing, same thing, guys. Sena makes a Freewire for the Honda Goldwing and the Harley-Davidson because they have the same exact problem. Is there's no direct headset profile for a Bluetooth headset to the Goldwing system either. So let's just get into that because we're going, Rick. We're going good. We're going strong, and we appreciate it. I love this chat. Hey, Ronald Fish, thanks for joining. He's in the chat room. So let's get into the Sena. We are a Sena distributor. We have them in our store. We don't carry every Sena product right now. We may carry more. I'm looking at some of their action cam stuff I may get and test, Rick. We haven't even talked about that. We'll get to that. We do have what we're going to talk about today. And in fact, let me put up what I'm going to be talking about, guys. In the live chat, I'm posting a link right here. And I just posted it. That's to our Sena products that we're carrying right now, which is all you need for the setup. Make no mistake about it. I just did another video today, Rick. I recorded it. It's on the new Harley-Davidson Sena Boom audio wireless headset. No, it is not the new Harley-Davidson 20S. They call it the biker or the Boom audio headset. Getting a ton of questions about it, guys. So I filmed a video. I got to get it out. It's a vlog. No, it does not pair directly with the Harley-Davidson boombox system. Nothing will pair directly with the boombox system headset directly to the radio. Only your phone can pair directly. There's only workarounds, which is what we're getting into, what we're going to talk about next. But a lot of guys email us, what about the new Harley headset? They just made one and it pairs with the boombox. No, it doesn't. It says right in, if you read the product description, does not work. And I love Harley, and I talk about that in my video, Rick. I love how they call it the Boom audio headset. The thing is, Harley's really screwed everybody on that because we hear everything boombox, boombox, boombox. Boom audio has nothing to do with the boombox. Boom audio is just another trademark that Harley did. And so they can make a Boom audio headset, but I get why guys are confused. They're like, well, it's the Boom audio headset. It's Boom. It says Boom in it with the exclamation point and the TM and all that. It's got to work. It's got to direct. It doesn't, guys. All they did is look in our store. I put a link there. They took a Sena 20S headset, which Sena makes for Harley. They stamped their Harley logo on it and they jacked the price up for you. It does nothing more than a regular Sena headset, a 20S that you can get in our store for cheaper. And they call it a Boom audio, which is confusing the hell out of people. I get why. That's why I did the video, which I'm going to release. So the hundreds of questions we get, I can just send them a link to the video and I explain what I'm explaining to you guys live right now. No, it doesn't pair. Nothing will ever pair with this version of the boombox directly. It wasn't made that way. 14 on to 17 is the same boombox. They haven't changed a darn thing with it. It's just the same exact unit. So I don't care if you have a 17 bike. People email us all the time. Well, my 17, no, it's the same unit. The bike's changed. The boombox hasn't changed. It's still somewhat of a debacle. So mark my words, there is no headset that will pair directly with the boombox. So let's get over that. So with that said, now we look at workarounds. And we had been looking for years and we had been asked a lot. We tested different stuff. Dar Cheng is a patron. We did some workarounds with him in the past. We did some podcasts. Finally, someone did it right. If you're looking at a workaround and you absolutely don't want that 7-pin wire, you don't want a Biker Boom IMC headset, which we talked about, and you want to go completely wireless. I get that. I'm all for it. I have the Freewire. And it is an awesome system because you aren't tethered to your bike. It's freedom. I get it. I don't like wires either. You're completely free to jump on and off your bike and you don't have to unplug and plug in every time. There's a cost associated with that. If you're looking in the store, you'll see it's quite a bit more expensive than the wired headsets. But finally, there is a solution, a fully functional solution, full boombox. I'm looking at you guys right now. I'm telling you, full boombox integration. The Freewire Bluetooth transmitter and receiver from Sena, sold right in our store, fully integrates with the boombox system. Let me get to this, Rick, real quick, and then I'll let you go. So let me pull this up. All right, so the Sena Freewire, guys, paired with a compatible Bluetooth headset, Sena headset. No, you cannot pair any other headset with the Freewire. You have to have a Sena headset compatible, and I'll explain that, and the Freewire to make this work. The Sena Freewire paired with a compatible Sena Bluetooth headset can do everything a wired headset can do. Full Harley boombox infotainment system integration, guys. That means with the Sena headset and the Freewire, you can give voice commands. That's right, straight up voice commands. Everything going into your boombox, you have your phone synced to your boombox. Everything going into your boombox will come out and wirelessly to your Sena headset with the workaround, the Freewire. That means you can give GPS directions just like a wired headset. Take me to an address, and you can tell her your address. Skip songs, tune to a station. You can hear any music going from your phone wirelessly into your boombox will now come out wirelessly to your Sena headset with the Freewire. So it is the absolute, that's why we actually brought this product to our store. They finally came out with something that actually works, and it works well. We're going to explain and break it down a little bit more. I have videos on this on our YouTube channel. It'll be embedded in the show notes also for this show. But it is, I'm telling you guys, I've tested it. If most of you out there, a lot of you have seen the videos that I did on this thing explaining it. I go over it. I even give a tutorial on it. If you go to the product in our store, the Freewire product, you scroll down at the bottom, you'll see my multiple embedded videos there on this thing. It is really an amazing product. And I guarantee Sena is a leader in this headset, Bluetooth wireless motorcycle stuff, guys. That's why we were stoked that they brought us on and they're allowing us to carry their products because we're very knowledgeable on them in the first place. And then second of all, I wouldn't have brought it if it didn't work. I didn't want a partial workaround. We've been waiting for that. We've had lots of partial workarounds for years. We haven't had a full integration. And I know Sena was chomping at the bit to make something because they knew the demand for it. And we're lucky enough to bring it to you guys. And Rick has them right now sitting on his shelf. Real quick, Rick, and then I'm going to let you jump in. I know I said that a couple times. Because you guys are listening live, let me go. Don't forget, by the time the podcast come out, it'll be too late. But I announced this on all our videos that I did on the Sena Freewire. So you really need to follow our YouTube channel too. Go subscribe if you're not, so that you get notified when we come out with new free videos. I'm going to post the link. It ends tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm pasting the link right now. That is the Freewire giveaway. We have 3. Sena gave us 3 Freewires, sent it to us to give away to our audience. We've already announced it on YouTube a week and a half ago. That's why you need to be subscribed to the YouTube channel, because you would have been knowing about it, or at least get in the email club, lawabidingbiker.com/email club, because I sent out multiple emails. There's the link. Get signed up. Did I get it in there? Oh yeah, I did. That's lawabidingbiker.com/get Freewire. You can get signed up because it ends tomorrow. We're going to give away 3 guys straight up to you. And hopefully I can ship them quick and they can make it to you before Christmas. So that's my intro. And we're going to talk about a little bit more. I know we're going a little bit long, but that's okay because this is a loaded episode, wouldn't you say, Rick? So do you have anything to say, to thoughts before I get in deeper?
Well, you're the one that tested it, and I did testing on the side. I will tell you guys, I have been testing the 20S for 12 months.
That's the Sena 20S.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the headset. I've been testing it. I think we bought it last winter, and I've been using it in 2 functions. One, paired directly with my phone and using it on Chola, and been listening to my music and taking my phone calls that way. I've also been using it on, when I had the Ultra, I was using it on the Ultra. When I didn't want to listen to the speakers, I just wanted to listen directly to my phone or intercomming with somebody else who had another Sena. And then now I'm using it with the Victory Magnum too, through that integration. Absolutely love it. The 20S, we have it priced as low as we can go according to the MAP policies with Sena. And trust me, they hold you accountable to that. But there is a little bit less expensive model. I think it's $215.99 or something like that, is the 10S. So we're getting a lot of questions in the chat room. What would work? We've posted that a couple times.
I just posted it right here in chat, which headsets are compatible with the Freewire. Yeah.
So the 10S is another option that's about $30 to $40 less. And the 10S works great too. I really like the 20S. It allows a little bit more and has some other intercoms. So say like you got somebody who's, we got friends that ride Hondas. We got friends that ride Indians, friends that ride, all kinds of different brands, Kawasaki, Yamaha, etc. The thing that's nice about the Sena 10S and 20S is if they have another Sena product and you're out for a long ride and you do want to have those intercom capabilities, you can pair those. So even though you may have yours linked to your Freewire and you're listening to music, you can still use the intercom function to communicate with somebody else on another bike if you wanted that. I know that's not for everybody. Every once in a while we get those smart aleck comments like, dude, what do you need the radio for? Dude, what do you need the wires? Just
all right, tough
ride.
guys.
Yeah. Just fucking ride, man. Hey, you know what? That's great. We're not against that.
We do that. Sometimes I don't have anything on, but then
three-quarters of the time we don't even use these because we're just riding to get out and we just want to, blow the cobwebs out.
On day 4 of a 2,300 mile trip, I'm looking for some tunes and music. I'm sorry. And I want to talk. I want to call my wife. So I get it. The tough thing. I get it. But yeah, there is a place for it. Yes.
Yeah, and David asked, will the 20S mount on a half helmet? Sena has multiple mounting in the kit. When we talk about what's in the box and stuff like that in a little bit, multiple. And the other thing is you can buy extra mounting kits. So like for my 20S, I have the mounting kit that came with it on my Bitwell, which Ryan has right now. And then I bought another one, and I mounted that to my shoe berth. So it is kind of cool. You don't have to buy 2 units or 3 units because you want to have the Sena on 3 helmets. Say like you're like me, I use multiple helmets. Once you have the 20S, you just have to buy the extra mountings, and those come with the speakers, the mount, and the mic. And it's obviously quite a bit less expensive. I think they're anywhere from $30 to $50 depending on what you're buying. So you can set this up for multiple helmets, and all you have to do is just take off the 20S or 10S and put it on to the mount on the other helmet. So it does offer that flexibility.
So his question though is, will it mount to a 3/4?
Yeah, I've done it many times.
So it comes in the box.
Well, yeah, there's multiple mounting options in the box. One is you slip it underneath the liner.
And slip it underneath, a little sneak it in.
And the other, of course, is a adhesive.
He's okay, guys. He's okay. Just we don't need to call 911 yet. He's just coughing.
I found out recently I got acute asthma, so sometimes when I'm talking, I lose my air. So, but anyhow, understand there are different ways to mount it. So you get both options in the boxes, in the kits, and then of course you can buy extra mounting, which includes, like I said, the speakers and the mics. So you don't have to buy 2 or 3 Senas just to mount on 3 different helmets. You just need one, and then the different mount kits.
Okay, very good. So that all comes in the box. That's nice. So you're pretty much set to go, if you, so to speak, right?
Sorry, I'm answering questions.
I'm doing the same thing. I'll get talking and you can answer more.
Yeah, Mark, the 20S pairs with all 20S, 10S, all the new models pair with all Senas. Just understand they will not pair with other manufacturers. 20S says they do have universal pairing, and we tried to do that with Ryan's Schuberth system,
Kardon.
But we have to retry that. The first time we tried it, we may have been doing something a little wrong because we couldn't get it to work. But I'm pretty sure Sena says the 20S does have universal pairing to other models, and we're going to be testing that in the future, and we will keep you guys up to date on that. We just haven't had a chance to get together and test that.
Right. So let's move in a little deeper. So the way this system works, and again, I put the links in the live chat there, but basically, guys, the Freewire, and I show you in my videos how to get this thing going, but it's basically got, it's a small little candy bar sized Bluetooth transmitter. The battery lasts about 7 hours on a charge. It's rechargeable. It's got a kind of a DIN port. And what that is basically what you're doing is it comes with all the cables. The Freewire comes with everything. You won't have to buy a thing. It even comes with mounting system, 2 mounting systems. Let's talk about the mounting system first. You can mount it on your handlebars. It comes with a little handlebar mount. It also comes with a sticky mount where you could stick it to your dash. Both those mounts have an easy detach, so you can take it with you to not get it thieved, to have it stolen. If you want to take it with you, it pops out real quick. Basically, what the Freewire does, again, it's a workaround, guys. So it's not a direct pair. What it's doing is whatever's going into your boombox. So our phone's sitting up on our biker gripper, so to speak, in our biker gripper mount. We've got it wirelessly paired with our boombox, and we're sending all our music and phone calls and everything into the boombox system. Great. Now we got to get it out of the boombox into our wireless. We'll just use Sena 20S at this time. We'll say a Sena 20S headset. And so what it's doing is it has a cable. It plugs into the 7-pin. Then that cable goes into the DIN port. It's got like a micro USB, so to speak. It plugs into the Freewire. So everything's coming out of the boombox 7-pin into the Freewire. Then wirelessly, it's now shooting it out. And wirelessly, your Sena headset is picking whatever's coming out of that 7-pin is picking up in your headset. Okay. Then it's got a DC. And so you can also, it comes with another cable where if you want to take it inside, you can charge it out of that same DIN port. So it comes with a 12-volt charger also. So you can charge it on the go if you think you're going to be, that's 7 hours talk time, not standby time. If you're talking 7 hours, this thing's going to last all day, but it does have ability to plug it in. It's got a DC in port, and you can plug it in via a charger right to your bike, to your cigarette lighter, so to speak. And if you bring it inside, it also has another USB. So you can take that USB and plug it into like an iPhone USB charger, wall outlet, or your computer, and you can go in that same DIN port and charge it that way too. It's very versatile. Then it has an aux input, really nice. So the nice thing is you could have your boombox 7-pin going into it if you wanted. Or like if you have another bike without a boombox and you're coming out of your 7-pin, but you have an external GPS, it has an aux in via a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And so you could literally take an external GPS and they all have an output and a 3.5 millimeter jack. And then there's an extra aux port into that. So not only could you get what's coming out of your stereo, let's say it's not a boombox, let's say it's an older Harley with just a 7-pin, all that stuff coming out, your music and everything, you could also hook in that external GPS into the Freewire, and now it would shoot that, multiple audio sources going in. It would shoot it all to your headset, your Sena wireless headset. Now it's also, which is nice, when I already told you, it's a transmitter. So it will actually take audio back from your Sena headset to the Freewire and back in your 7-pin port, where those voice commands come into play, which we've all been waiting for. And so you can give those voice commands and take me to this address and skip song and tune to new station and everything in between. And obviously you can hear your GPS turn-by-turn directions coming out. This is all seamless, guys. It really is. It's an amazing, amazing deal for wireless connectivity to the boombox. And so you're able to go back in. Now, I'm going to clean this up real quick. If you have an Ultra, and we've already discussed there's no aftermarket or add-on 7-pin for a passenger. You have to have an Ultra Limited. If you want communications with your passenger wirelessly and you don't want to go wire, then you both need a Sena headset, compatible headset, which I've already put, and you both need this. Let me just go over those real quick. Compatible headsets. The Freewire only supports Sena Bluetooth headsets of 10 series and above, such as the 20S, the 10S, the 10C, the 10R, and the 10U. We carry the 10S and the 20S in our store right now. Of course, we can maybe in the future we'll bring on some others. So you and your passenger to use that, and so with the headset, you can use that internal boombox system, that intercom system, not headset to headset now, because that's always been there. We could always get Sena headsets and I can talk to another rider. I can talk up to 8 riders. I could talk to my passenger, but we'd be skipping the boombox. And we don't want to do that, obviously, because we want to hear our turn by turn. We want everything integrated into the boombox. So to use that intercom system and your CB radio, let's just talk about intercom. Let me just leave it at that. If you want to just use the intercom built into the boombox, each rider and passenger is going to need a compatible Sena headset Bluetooth, and you're both going to need a Freewire because you both need to plug into that 7-pin port coming out. So you'll have to place those Freewires 2 places on your bike, and then you'll both be able to talk into the Freewire, which goes into the 7-pin, into the boombox, and you'll have this completely seamless system. You'll both be hearing what's coming out of the boombox. Again, it's fully functional, guys. And it's awesome. I did a video and I had missed some stuff on testing and I wasn't sure. I don't know what happened, but I did a follow-up video and more testing hours, and it is fully integrated with the boombox, guys. It really is an amazing system. Sena nailed it. It's Sena product, man. It's super, it's backed up, it's warranted, it's solid. I've already dropped it like 3 times, seriously, because I was doing all these videos and I kept it. Never mind, I'm just reckless when I'm busy, and the thing is solid, and it's super light, super small, like candy bar size, guys. And that is the Sena Freewire in a nutshell. Again, no other headset will pair with it. We get that question every day. It just is what it is. Of course, Sena did that for a reason. They want you buying their headset and their Freewire. God bless them, right? That's the American dream, to keep people to your product, whatever you believe about that. Trying to think if there's anything else we got compatible. It's Bluetooth 4.1 technology, 7 hours talk time on that bad boy, guys. It's rechargeable. Takes about 2.5 hours to charge. It's got a lithium battery in it. It's the latest, greatest stuff. The mounting kit, the handlebar mounting kit, the sticky kit, the micro USB, the DIN, the charger, it's even got the 3.5 millimeter for an external device. It's got that, the micro USB charger, the cigarette charger. I mean, this thing is just absolutely packed. Cut the cord, cut the umbilical cord, guys, because you can go completely wireless now. I wouldn't have brought it to our store. I tested it because I didn't know if it was fully integrated, but it is. And at that point, I was like, we have to bring this, Rick. And I was on the horn with Rick right away, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were. And we've been Sena believers for, like I said, about a year. And, I remember Scrappy telling me, hey, why
That's
do
me.
people want... Yeah. Tell me, hey, why do people want to use the Sena or the Bluetooth? I mean, why do they want to go through their radio? They can just connect from the phone directly to their Sena. And I said, well, yeah, they do. That's what I do on Chola. But remember what this now, and he realizes this now opens up everything within your boombox. So this isn't just a matter of you connecting your Sena to your phone and then you have access to phone calls. Excuse me. Phone calls and music. You're now able to do that full integration. You're able to use the voice recognition. If you have an Ultra, you're able to do the intercom and everything. And we're getting a lot of questions about the Gold Wings. We do not have it in the store yet. Ryan and I have already spoken about this.
Yeah.
I'm going to order some. I just have to get the Gold Wing product on the store, which is just a matter of me. That'll take me, probably 10 to 15 minutes, and I've got to order it. It's completely separate. It's a 5-pin instead of a 7-pin. One thing I ask that you guys, we love Gold Wingers. We know that there's a dedication to Gold Wing. Riders of Gold Wings have the dedication to that product, just like Harley-Davidson riders, and we respect that. Usually when you talk to Gold Wingers, they're not saying, well, I ride a Honda. They're saying, I ride a Gold Wing. There's a lot of self-pride in that, and we love that. So we want to support all bikers. It's just a matter of me getting it on the store and ordering it. So the next big Sena order, I'm going to actually order some. And we're going to stock some of the Gold Wing 5-pin systems for you guys, because we know there's a lot out there. Some of our patrons that have both bikes, Harleys and Gold Wings. And so we want to stock that. It's just a matter of getting it done.
Yep. And that's a good point. The Gold Wing, the only difference is, and we trash the boombox sometimes. I've been guilty of it and I get it. But the Honda Gold Wing does the same thing. There's no direct pairing, and now they're having to do the Freewire. So it's kind of a common theme. It sounds like Indian just finally is doing direct pairing. So even them in the past. So we talk schmack a lot, and that's cool. But this is a lot of manufacturers. This wasn't just the boombox that had this problem, and obviously Sena's cashing in on that. But they made an awesome product. They didn't just rush it out. They really made sure it worked well. I show you how to do the software updates to make sure your headsets are up to date, your Freewire is up to date. That videos, and they're embedded on the store with the product, guys, with the Freewire product. Watch them, please. Watch everything so you really know what you're doing and how to get this and making sure your software is up to date and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the only difference between the Gold Wing is it's a 5-pin system. The Hardy's a 7-pin comms port. They're a 5-pin. And so because of that, it's a little bit different model, and it's got different connectors and stuff. And so that's really the only difference. But yeah, we know there's Gold Wingers, and we do need to get some of those, Rick, on our next order.
Yeah, we're going to. It's just a matter of me adding them to the site, and I'm waiting till the next big Sena order to where we can add that in. The other thing, guys, keep in mind that with Sena, you know what you're getting. This is a company that's been in business a long time.
Yeah, they're squared away. They're the leader.
I know there's other brands out there, and we're not talking down, because like I said, Ryan has the Cardo in his Schubert. We're not talking down any of them. It's just that right now I've had 2 Senas in my over the last 5 years. Everyone's worked, and now they have this product out, and we're not bad mouthing. We sometimes get a nasty email saying, "Are you Harley or what, man? Why are you bad mouthing the boombox and it doesn't direct pair, man?" And we tell them we're not bad mouthing it. We're just saying the fact, because you guys got to realize we get 10 to 20 emails, even still from that video a year ago, saying it does direct pair because I have a 10 model and it will allow me to listen to music. Yeah, Sena's previous model before the Freewire did connect into the 7-pin, and it did allow you to use music, but it did not allow you to use all the functions, including the intercom and the CB. Sena did this right.
There's been a bunch of hacks that we've done over the years.
No, they turned around and came out with a product for the guys that just wanted to listen to the music, but they knew this was there, and this thing is high quality. It's sturdy. I'll tell you this. Ryan knows this, but listen, people listening to this podcast, either live or in the future, we're not going to put out any shit. Okay. We try not to. I mean, we go into, we buy products that we test and are good. Obviously, we're limited to what, how people abuse or anything. So, I mean, if you buy a Sena and you're throwing down your helmet and you're dropping the Sena on the pavement all the time, we can't promise you that thing's going to last forever if you tear it up. I mean, it is what it is. But my Sena 20S has been very, very sturdy. And so I have no doubt the Freewire is going to be exactly the same. And it's just a great innovation. And that's not talking smack about the boom box or the boom audio system that you have to have a workaround. That's just the way it is, guys. That's just the way it is. And like I said, my Victory has it. But they've provided a product that allows you now to do this. And that's why we brought it. We wanted to make sure it was right before we did it.
Yeah, good call. Couple things, and we're going to wrap up here. I'm in the chat room, Rick. Sig to Cops 19 says, I emailed you on Sworn Few webpage. Some of you guys aren't seeing that comment. It got blocked for some reason. Like I say, there's just the rules I have set up, and I don't know what all they are. And so, because it's for our regular YouTube videos, but it's unfortunately integrated here. Do you check that? Rob checks that, Law Dog, and it's hit and miss. If you want to get a hold of me, just head over to our website or admin at lawabidingbiker.com. And that's the best way to get a hold of me, because I'm sorry, I have Rob and stuff checking the other emails, and sometimes stuff doesn't get back to me. So that would be the great Ronald Fish. Awesome, guys. He says, awesome show. Love you guys. Great information. We appreciate that, guys. Okay, let me talk about this real quick, Rick. And I appreciate your follow-up information there. Phone calls, guys. Yes, with your smartphone, your Android or iPhone, iOS device up in your biker gripper cell phone motorcycle mount, wirelessly paired with your boombox, you can send those calls right in finely to your boombox. When you get a call, the boombox comes up and says, accept, ignore. You can literally, with your toggles or touchscreen, if you have the 6.5 boombox version, you can accept it. And yes, you can talk on the phone. It will go out that Freewire wirelessly to your Sena. And I talked to my wife quite a bit and did a whole bunch of testing that way, and my daughters. And it was really good sound quality, crystal clear. I asked them multiple times, can you hear me okay? And good to go. And so you can do that now. You don't have to go from your phone to the headset or nothing like that. It just kind of dumbs everything down to your phone is really just a device to pump information into the boombox. And then everything can go out of the boombox to your Sena and back into the boombox. And it's just kind of a seamless, finally integration. I will mention, Rick, on this, if you have any follow-up, some guys ask, okay, so we've had a couple emails, and I didn't do this in my video because I brought the 7-pin port out in my free video. I bring the 7-pin port out. It's a harness that goes behind the boombox. You run it up over your tank underneath the dash panel where your chrome is, where your tank, your Harley that runs across the top of your tank. You hide the wires, and then on my tank is that 7-pin COM port. So a lot of guys say, well, the Freewire is a workaround, and now you got a Freewire going from your 7-pin and you got it on your handlebars, and I just don't want that ugliness. There is a solution to that, and that would be simply to take that 7-pin aftermarket kit and just don't bring it out from your tank. My video will still show you how to hook it up. You can put the 7-pin wherever you want. The big part is how you hook it up. You could simply take that, leave it behind your dash, just coil it up and zip tie it, and then just have the 7-pin, maybe bring it into your boom. I think Dar Cheng did that, patron. You could bring your 7-pin connector for the Freewire into your boombox jukebox compartment. You guys know that little door that opens where you can put your cell phone, and it has the USB connector for your boombox. You could put your 7-pin in there and just leave it hidden, and then you could literally plug in the Freewire and leave the Freewire hidden in the boombox or jukebox compartment, and then you would never even see the Freewire, yet you would have all the same capabilities. As long as it's plugged into that 7-pin, it don't matter where you put that 7-pin. You just need the ability to plug in the Freewire real quick with that micro USB and unplug it for charging purposes, but you could do all that. I think that would be I didn't really care because I'm always testing headsets, so I wanted it accessible, but I know that's a concern, so hopefully that answers some of your questions out there that we've had.
Yeah, and the other thing that we've had people ask about is on the new CVO models, they put the 7-pin port instead of in the dash, like on the Ultras, but below the filler cap, they put it in the dash. And so they'll ask, well, how will that work? And it's the same way. The Freewire has the cord that you can run to that. We also get the question, hey, is the IMC wired headsets, is the cord long enough to reach the dash for the CVO models? And the answer is yes. It is coiled, so it's stretchy. Now, obviously, the caveat we have to add to that is obviously depending on how far back you are and how tall you are, it could make a difference of how comfortable or how stretchy that is. But I just got that question the other day, and so I went over to the dealership and looked at a CVO that had it.
Oh, good. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah,
You're the man.
It'll work fine. A lot of people ask that because on our video it shows it down on the dash, or they see the Ultras
on the tank.
that have it. Yeah, on the tank. It will work. That it's stretchy, it's that coiled, so it will work. But I mean, if you're 7 foot and you got an extended reach seat, it's going to be stretched a lot longer than a normal stock configuration. So keep that in mind. But it does allow a lot of flexibility. It
does. Yeah, good call. It really does. That cord stretches out quite a bit. Same with the cigarette lighter adapter for charging. Man, guys, and there's a way to turn this thing on. It's got a rocker switch. Again, for that, I would just refer to my video. Again, I show you how to update the software. Sena made it so easy. There's a little app you download on your computer. It's a Sena app, and you can keep your headsets. You do need to make sure you have all the latest firmware software updates so that the stuff's working seamlessly together. Sena's always going to be there. They're always going to update software. They're always going to be there for you. They're making a ton of different products, guys, and that's why we're so stoked that we're able to bring them into our store. I'll be testing future products, but that's it on the Freewire. Yeah, Ronald Fish says, Big Daddy, maybe it will grow bigger than 4 if you stretch it. I don't think he's tried to stretch it for like 20 years now. He uses one of those pump things, and it's actually not even 4. It's 311. What would that be? Yeah, 3.2 or something like that, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, he was saying something about that you like the hard tip, not the soft tip. And then I said, I'm totally a soft tip, but I can still get it it's still at 4 even at soft. And he's throwing this out about like 25 comments ago. So he must be partaking in maybe some Glenlivet or some
he must be partaking
Chivas Regal or something like that.
Hopefully you guys all out there in the live have your drink of choice, whatever that may be. I got to wet my whistle.
Yeah,
all right,
and guys,
go ahead, and we'll wrap it up.
Guys, just know as we wrap this up, we'd love for you to buy it from us, but if you don't, we just want you to have this information because literally we get tons of questions. And so when we do these podcasts or we do these videos, we're hoping that people listen and watch them so that we're not getting as many questions. Not that we hate email questions, but when you're answering the same thing 10 times a day, that's why we're doing this. So if you're saying, well, this podcast, I love your guys' podcast, but we don't want you to think we're just trying to sell this product to you from our store. That'd be great because it keeps us going down the road, keeps a little fuel in the tank. But at the same time, we have so many people interested in it. We felt as though we had to come out with it. The video was actually in production prior to us carrying it in the store. That's how much we care about what you guys want and what you guys want to see. So understand the video was so good because they saw it before it that they made us a dealer. So ta-da.
Bam. We appreciate it.
A little bit of bam dropping the mic because we do sometimes get the comments like, well, your podcast, all you did was talk about what you're selling. No, it just so happens where this was actually started as a informational free video on the product. and they liked it so much they made us a dealer.
Right. There's less than 5% of our videos are actual products we sell. So you guys know us in the live audience. We do got to keep this thing afloat. So we got to sell some products to do that. We appreciate the patrons and they help support it big time, but it's not enough if we want to keep growing. And so that's our backbone, the patrons. And of course we got to do the physical products. And of course, you know what, Rick, we love our patrons. We absolutely love them, Rick, but we never balk at a flat donation. And that is awfully loud. I don't know how my volume got up. That's ridiculous. We want to thank the following for a flat donation: Ronald Zarazuski of I'm not sure where, Jeff Rowland, Hiroshima, Japan. Shout out Japan. Is that freaking cool? We're worldwide, Rick. It's so amazing. He's living
Hiroshima for the Marine Corps Air Station.
Yeah, dude. It's amazing. Living, working near Hiroshima for the Marine Corps Air Station. Yeah, like you say, in Iwakuni, Japan. Rick Barnett of Dallas, Texas, a substantial donation. That's right. lawabidingbikers.com/donate. That's right. You too can take action. Become part of the biker revolution, guys. Do it right now. lawabidingbikers.com/donate. And, we understand if the flat donation is the way you want to go. But remember, patron, you get benefits and all that kind of stuff. But we appreciate all the support. So I know it's been a long episode. Do you want to wrap anything up, Rick, before we go? We've talked about the Freewire. Any last comments in the chat or questions we need to answer? I'm looking.
Mark is asking if I buy it from you and the sound quality is not what I expected. Can I return it for a full refund? Unfortunately, Mark, once the system has been installed or used, I cannot resell it as new, and we're small enough that I can't do that. But here's what I will tell you about the sound quality. If you've ever used a Sena and you've paired it directly to your phone, the sound quality and the clarity is absolutely fantastic.
It's the same.
Because
it's just Bluetooth.
It's exactly the same. Understand that when you're going those systems, the Sena systems, I don't want you to expect that this is like a high quality over the ear headset. I'm not going to say the brands because they don't endorse us, but you guys all know the ones that I'm talking about that sound like the music is like right there in your ears. Anybody who's used a Sena will tell you they're very clear, but and the speakers are very high quality, especially on these 10Ss and 20Ss. But don't expect that this is going to sound like a brand where they're advertising that the bass will shutter your eardrums and stuff like that. Understand.
It's a motorcycle headset.
It's a motorcycle.
They're limited
headset.
On what they can do, and it doesn't matter whether. Right.
The speakers are about a half inch, and they make them very thin so that they fit in modern day helmets. They have very good sound, but you're not going to get the bass that you're expecting from, the headsets that you all hear about on the news. But I use mine all the time, and I love it. It's very clear. Adding the Freewire does not change any of that.
Right. It doesn't change it because it's all the same. It's just a Bluetooth signal. It's just coming from, not direct, it's coming from the 7-pin. Good. It is. And I assume, Mark, you're asking because you've never had a motorcycle headset. Well, if you're going to get a motorcycle headset, Sena's the leader. Cardo's close.
Some of the other guys,
go ahead.
Some of the other guys can comment that because a bunch of these guys talk about they're having the Senas and stuff like that. The sound quality compared to my old SMH 10 versus my 20S or even the new 10S, absolutely night and day. The speakers are so much better. They're thinner, very clear. But some of the guys in the chat room, feel free to chat and let Mark know how you like it. I just don't want people to expect I don't want you to expect that this is going to sound like a major brand with noise canceling and all that stuff. It's totally different. The motorcycle headsets, they have to be thin, the speakers, but I will tell you, these new ones, Senas, absolutely fantastic, even better than the ones from a couple years ago, the 10s and stuff like that, and the SMH 5s. Yeah,
the S series. Yeah, good call. So just to wrap that up, it's a motorcycle headset. It doesn't matter if you get Cardo or Sena. I think Sena's the leader. There's actually a Sena that's made specifically for the Schuberth, which is the helmet I have, and I'm going to test that. And we may or may not bring that to our store. But it's a motorcycle headset. It's not a set of $500 headphones. They can only do so much because it's got to fit in your helmet, but they do good for what they are. And if I had to pick one, I'd pick the Sena. The 20S is an amazing, or the 10S. They sound good as my Kardon, and I've tested them against each other. So they're right in there.
Says it.
Huh?
William says it great. The term you're looking for is fidelity.
Yes.
They're great for the environment. This isn't I'll just say it. This isn't a set of beats.
Right.
That, sound absolutely fantastic. Like you're there in the studio and it's
some Bose headphones. Yeah.
Yeah. It's different. But it's very clear. My 20S is amazing. The clarity that I get out of it.
Good call, dude. Man, that is quite an episode, dude. I'm going to start some music in. Thank you, chat. Everybody that was in the live chat. It was a Google Hangout on air because I've got Rick remotely, and that worked out really good, Rick. I just wanted to stick everything to YouTube instead of another platform, and I think this is going to work out well. We could even I think you can bring on like 7 more people if we needed to, and there'll be people all over the screen and stuff. So if we need to, we do most stuff here in the studio, and it's a live shot of all of us, so to speak. But anyways, guys, all that stuff is available that we talked about in the law-abiding biker store. Big Daddy Kane, who you hear on the mic, runs the store. He's exclusively in charge of that store, guys, and he does a fantastic job with it. And he will hook you up. So you want to support us or you appreciate this information, don't forget everything we talked about. I'm going to have to do some copious show notes because we talked about a lot of different stuff, but I'll have the links to the products. I'll have the videos we talked about embedded in there. And so hopefully, Rick, with these type of questions, we can, like we do often, we just refer people to an article or a video instead of answer it 1,000 times over. This will give some good information to people. We hope it was informational. We hope it was entertaining. We hope it was infotaining, guys. That is right. You got something to say, Rick?
No, I just want to thank everybody for listening in and understand, like I said, people have been asking for this, and so we're just trying to give you what you guys want.
Yep, absolutely. And Rick spending his time on a Sunday evening here. We hope it's warmer where you are, definitely, than where we are. Like I say, 1 degree last night and ice on the road, and so cooped up. But it was so nice just spending time with the law-abiding biker community here in the live chat and knowing that we're all doing this thing together at the same time right here from my studio and from Rick an hour away in his place. So yeah, awesome, guys. Thanks so much for being involved, and look forward to the next episode, guys. Oh no, Rick.
What?
I stopped the music short. I stopped short, dude.
You do that occasionally.
All right, guys.
Tell you that I knew that, but
I know, dude. I was clicking away and trying to talk at the same time. Anyways, we're freaking out of here, man. Freaking out of here.
Like a palm dress.
Yeah. Thanks, live audience. Appreciate it. Stay warm. If you're already warm, screw off, because I'm jealous and I want to be warm and ride right now, and I can't. So, thank you for everybody in the chat room. We're out like a trout. Mm-hmm.